about to have a very slow and cozy morning, and I'm about to make my morning coffee. I'm actually really excited to have a little slow morning. I look absolutely ridiculous with these eye patches on, but I'm just so excited. The weather is actually going to be so good today. Like, it's probably gonna be like 17 degrees, which for the Netherlands is a lot. So hopefully I can also enjoy a little bit of sun today. But first I'm gonna make my morning coffee, and if you're from the coffee please don't come for me about having coffee on an empty stomach, because I am aware that that's probably not good for you, but sometimes it just has to be done. And today is one of those days where I just want to have a little morning coffee in bed. This literally is like my favorite moment of the day. Like every day I just get so excited about this. And I also need to get new coffee beans. The flavor says chocolate hazelnut fudge, and these beans are honestly so good. They're from Lot 61, which is a cafe here in Amsterdam. We haven't really tried a lot of different beans so far, so I can't say if these are actually the best, but we love them. So I'm gonna go and have to get a new batch of these next week. So yeah, let's go make my morning coffee. I'm getting myself ready for the day, and I've actually been obsessed with these earrings because they're a little bit more structured, which makes them just a bit less basic, and I quite really like them. They're from La Pipe, which is a Dutch small business, and I just really like wearing these, and I always feel like I'm a little bit overdressed with like big earrings, but with these I actually don't feel like that because they're just really pretty. I'm going to be using the Caudalie self-tan drops, and I'm going to mix them with my Glacier priming moisturizer, and it's the priming moisturize balance, which is basically for a little bit more oily skin. And I do have to admit I prefer the other one because the other one is like an actual more like moisturizing cream, and this feels a little bit more like a serum instead of an actual moisturizer, so I prefer the other one. So I think I'm definitely gonna get the other one again when I'm out of this one. But I've definitely been using a lot of Glacier products, and I actually really like the brand. Also, the branding is just literally so aesthetic and so pretty, but I also genuinely really like the products. Okay, I'm just gonna mix this in. With things like this, I'm always so scared that I put on too much and I turn out to be like orange. But I do feel like this is a little bit more like actual skincare, because I feel like with like self-tanning products, usually sometimes it can be very chemical, and I don't really feel like that with this one because it kind of just feels like skincare, and then it also gives you a little bit of a tan. I would say I could take you along in my makeup routine, but it's literally not really special. But I have been using this Benefit Hoola bronzer for a while, and I like it. I gotta admit that I don't really feel a lot of difference with like other bronzers, so this is just the one that I once got, and I haven't really tried any others since. So I think it's good, but there's probably also like cheaper alternatives to this one, but I love it. And then this has definitely been one of my holy grails, which is the Rare Beauty blush in the color Hope. I love this so much, but recently I've been getting like a few weird patches when I put on the blush, and I genuinely think it might be because it's too old. I just don't finish makeup fast because I barely wear a lot of makeup, so I feel like this might be old because I literally have had this blush for like 2 years, I think. Not entirely 2 years, but like a year and a half at least, because I got this when I was in London and I love it, but I feel like it might be a little bit old because it's starting to like patch up a little now. I feel like maybe I should get rid of it, but I don't really want to because I feel like that's such a waste. But if it's like not properly working anymore, I probably should, but I actually might be getting a new blush soon. Like I might be buying another one. Then I just curl my eyelashes. And I've actually been trying out a new mascara in a brown color. I just really wanted to try this because I've actually been using like a very cheap drugstore mascara for literally years, and I wouldn't say it was bad, but there's just a few things that annoy me, and I have those things less with like a little bit more of an expensive mascara. And I actually had been using the Maybelline Sky High mascara for literally a few years back, and then suddenly I didn't want to spend so much money on it anymore. I got a very cheap mascara, but I just really wanted to get this one again, and especially the waterproof version, especially because we're going skiing and everything. I just had to get this, and it was discounted because I don't buy this if it's not discounted. So I was able to get another one, and I really wanted to try out the brown mascara, and so far I don't actually know if I see a difference. I've been using it for like a week, and I can't tell if there's actually a difference, but one of my friends also wore brown mascara for a while, and she said that when she switched back to black, that's when she could really see a difference, but not really just with the brown mascara. But I just really wanted to see if it's any good, because I feel like brown is a little bit less of like a harsh color, because black can be very just harsh on your face. So I feel like brown could be a little bit more like soft. But I'll keep you updated on the brown mascara and if I'll actually see a difference. But I do really recommend the Sky High mascaras in general, and then especially the waterproof one. And lastly, I'm using the Glossier Boy Brow in the color brown. I think the color is just called brown for my eyebrows. I'm like genuinely obsessed with this outfit. I feel like it's so cool and pretty different from what I would usually wear, and I would love to put a little bit more effort into outfits that I actually like. But I've been absolutely obsessed with this shirt from Pull & Bear, if you couldn't tell, and I paired it with my blue Adidas shoes because this also has blue in it, and oh, I'm just obsessed. And I would have loved to have some dry shampoo because I washed my hair yesterday, and every time I wash it like the day before, I just really hate my like natural hair because it just dries so like puffy, and I would have loved to do my hair, but I absolutely hate doing my hair, so I just can't be bothered. But right now I'm about to go and head for a little solo date, and I'm actually really excited because I'm gonna be trying out a new cafe that I haven't actually ever been to, so very excited about that. So I wanted to show you what I'm bringing. First off, I can never leave the house without any sort of lip balm, so I'm gonna take this Glossier one, which is the hot cocoa version. I love this in the winter time. It does actually feel like you're literally putting chocolate on your lips, but I love it. Then I want to start this new journal from Moleskine, so I'm gonna take that, my book, in case I want to also read a little bit, my little trusted camera, phone obviously, and then I have 2 tripods for my phone and my camera in case I need those. And lastly, a hair clip because I'm already pretty annoyed by my hair, so I'm probably gonna put it up. That's what I'm bringing, and I'm actually thinking it might be warm enough to wear my teddy jacket. This is from H&M Home, and I've been wanting this for so long to go on like little morning walks and everything, and oh, honestly, so cute. I almost forgot the most important part now that the sun is finally shining, so my sunglasses. And then I also found another Glossier lip balm and my headphones, so I'm probably just gonna toss these in because they can be very nice on my walk. Now I'm actually ready to go.
It would be light, ceiling made of glass, counter space, an ashtray for when grandma comes to visit me. Space to think, green apples in a bowl. I could settle down, let it be something on my own. And I might have to get a real job to get the couch that I want. I could be happy there. Read more, rise early on a Sunday morning.
I just came back home, and honestly the cafe was really nice. The interior was very clean and pretty calming, but the atmosphere was still like really cozy. I actually really enjoyed it. I had a matcha and a pastry, and the pastry was good, but it was like so incredibly filling because the filling of the pastry was like peanut butter, miso, caramel, cream cheese, something like that, and it was insanely filling, and it was like a lot of cream, so I had to like toss out some cream because it was just too much, but it was really good and I enjoyed the matcha. And I actually spent some time journaling because every single time I say that I'm gonna journal more and I never actually stick to it. So this time I really want to try and stick to it a little bit more and do it just more consistently. And I feel like a good way for me to do this is to do these kind of morning pages. Basically, there's this book called The Artist Way, and it's basically a challenge for and do you call it a challenge? I'm not sure. And essentially it's kind of a challenge for creators to follow like a 12-week program, I think. And an essential part of this is doing morning pages, which basically is just writing down like conscious stream of thoughts. I think you're supposed to write 3 pages every single morning, which sounds like a lot, and I feel like the Artist Way for me right now is just a little bit of too much of a commitment, so I don't want to actually commit to a challenge like that. But I do feel like doing these morning pages and just getting every single one of your thoughts out on paper is good to do in the morning. So that's something that I really want to try and do a little bit more of. So I wrote a full page in the journal and it was actually really refreshing. And then I went for a walk in Vondelpark, and oh my god guys, this weather today is absolutely stunning. And honestly, whenever I'm like deep into the winter blues and there's a sunny day, that's when I realize how much I've been in the winter blues and how much sunlight can actually affect people and just moods in general. I was just sitting on a bench in the sun and I was like, oh my god, like this is so nice. And I'm also gonna go for a run later because I just have to go for a run in this weather. Like, oh, stunning. But before we do that, I need to get to work. And I think part of me automatically believes that mornings like this just aren't very productive, because obviously you'll see so many morning routines on like YouTube or just social media in general where people would be like, oh, 5 or 6 a.m. morning routine, and they would just get so many things done before 9 a.m, which I get it. Sometimes when I get many things done in the morning, like that just feels like you're like on top of the world. I get it. But I do also feel like sometimes taking a morning like this or just anything that you like to do, I feel like that also makes me more productive either later in the day or the next day, because you also get to do things that you actually enjoy so much. Like for example, for me, going on a little coffee date, or in this case a matcha date, like that is just something that genuinely makes me so happy and I enjoy so much. So I feel like just also taking the time to do those things will help with my productivity, even though it doesn't feel as productive in that exact moment. But it is so easy to start comparing yourself to all of those other videos and be like, oh, this isn't productive, I'm not doing the right thing. Like you might feel like you're doing it wrong, but honestly at the end of the day it's about what works for you. Because if you genuinely hate waking up early and you thrive at night, like why would you force yourself into a routine that doesn't work for you? Like you're just gonna end up hating it and it's not gonna stick. Like just because the internet says that's what a productive morning is, that doesn't mean that has to be what a productive morning looks like for you. Like if I would have just constantly kept going instead of actually taking a little moment for myself, like that just doesn't really help me in the end. So I feel like I get more things done if I also choose to do things like this. But I wouldn't necessarily say I'm a morning person, but I'm also not really a night owl either. I do think at the end of the day, if I'd had to choose, I'd still say I'm more of a morning person, because just the feeling of getting things done in the morning and a morning workout and just everything like that doesn't really live up to the things you would do in the evenings. And also I can just tell that in the evenings I'm usually really tired from the day and my energy is just kind of drained, so all I want to do is just relax and sleep. But at the same time, in the mornings, if I try to wake up early, like 6-7 a.m. ish, I am just so insanely tired and I just always feel like I can't properly wake up. And it really does depend on how well I slept and specifically how long I slept, because that's also something that I've noticed recently. I need a lot of sleep. Like I think women in general need more sleep than men, but I can just tell I'm not really functioning properly if I get like less than 8 hours of sleep. Like I really do need the sleep. So for me, I feel like productivity isn't always about waking up at 6 a.m. every day and just getting so many things done. It's also in the little things, like doing things for yourself or taking the time off, because that's going to help with productivity later on. I think it's mostly about what works for you, because if this is going to help you show up more properly like throughout the rest of the week, like how is that not productive? Anyways, I really love just having a little morning like this, so thank you for spending it with me. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.